Hello and welcome back, and in this video we're gonna start by creating our new project. So let's go ahead and get started. So I actually started creating a new project by going into File, New, and clicking on the project. Okay, so once you click on the new project, you're gonna land on the screen, and we're gonna select iOS and select the app template under applications. Then we're gonna click next and basically give our product a name. Now we're gonna give this one tasks UIKit, and this project is based on UIKit. As the name suggests, we want to make sure that the interface that we choose is Storyboard and not Swift UI. Okay, we're going to leave the use core data unchecked because we're going to come back and basically add core data on our own. And the reason is, let's imagine you have a project that's already created and you want to add support for core data. Well, what are the things that you have to do in order to set up a core data successfully? And those things are not gonna basically be listed if you actually create this, because what's gonna happen is if you check this box, then Xcode will do all the setup for you, and you're gonna basically lose the flexibility of being able to choose your own name or define the initialization however you want to. So for that reason and for learning purposes, I would always recommend using or adding core data while you're learning, adding core data separately. Okay, and that's what we are going to do in this project. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to leave this checked off and clicking on next. Xcode is going to ask you to basically store this project somewhere, or the location where all the files are going to be stored, and that is somewhere in your MacBook. So just go ahead and pick a location, and I'm gonna pause the video and resume basically, so we both land wherever Xcode takes us after the project is created, and you'll see what it is. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video and create the project. All right, so once you choose the location where you want to save the project, you're going to end up on this screen. Okay, and let's go ahead and talk about this. So basically what you're seeing right now is all the target related settings. So you can have multiple targets in your app. For example, your watch extension is a target, your widget extension is a target. So all these different targets will appear here once you start adding them. Okay, so then you have your target and its related settings, and then you have your project, your overall project basically that contains all the other targets. So basically all the project related settings are here, and this is where you define your minimum deployment target, basically saying that this is the minimum version of iOS my app needs in order for it to work properly. Okay, and you can choose to change it to something else. We're gonna leave it 16.4. okay, all right. So going back, let's go ahead and talk about few files. So app delegate is your applications delegate, your application wide settings basically that defines a few of the standard functions. For example, what to do when app is launched, or what are the scene configurations that we are looking for. This is where you also basically subscribe or put your logic for your push notifications that are coming from outside, basically from a server. So that's your app delegate, that's your app wide delegate, basically defining different behaviors that your app can follow, basically for the entire app. Then you have something called scene delegate. Scene delegate is basically related to scenes. Now Apple has changed the definition of how apps are basically looked at. So whenever you have an iOS app, you only have one scene which has like, one of the main view. But if you're working on the iPad or macOS apps, then you have multiple scenes that you can launch on separate windows. Okay, so all the scenes can have their own definition of what to do, how to initialize and stuff like that. And this method right here, where we'll connect to session, this is what we're gonna basically use to create our ViewController programmatically. Right now it is not. Out of the box, UIKit project always follows a storyboard design, and we're going to remove the storyboard because what we want to learn is a production level app development. And in order to learn production level app development, many companies, or pretty much all the big companies and tech companies, they don't use storyboard because they come with a lot of baggage. They have like, a lot of problems, and when multiple teams are working on the project, storyboards can get tricky to resolve for the conflicts, and they're hard to maintain. So for that reason, pretty much like all the production level apps have gotten rid of storyboards, and they rely on programmatic UI, okay, programmatic creation of the UI, ViewController and everything. And in my opinion, that actually gives you a better learning experience as well. So for that reason, we're going to be following the this entire course by creating each and everything programmatically. Okay, so we're going to basically initialize our ViewController here. Right now, our ViewController is initialized by the main storyboard, which we're going to delete in a minute. But before we jump onto that, we have this class called ViewController, and this ViewController is basically your main entry point at this point. Okay, and we're going to see how we can actually change that. And then you have your assets, where your static assets are located. Essentially your files, your colors, your images, like image files, and like several other properties. So you can see the full set by basically clicking on this plus, and let me just do this. Okay, so these are all the things that you can do. For example, you can have image set, color set, symbol set, data set, and you can have different targets basically for iOS, Mac, Watch, and AR extensions and stuff like that. You can create your folders, you can import pretty much all these things in as well. Okay, all right, let me cover the screen so we can see everything properly. Then you have your launch screen. This is the screen that appears basically when your app is launched. So basically you can put your logo and your like app name and stuff like that on this. This is pretty limiting in my opinion. Like, there are only few things you can do. It's not a full-fledged ViewController like the way it's presented. But again, like, it gives you a some flexibility towards like, putting names and stuff. Now this screen does not appear that for that long, so even if you decide to leave it like, as is, which in our case we're gonna do, that is totally fine. Okay, then you have your info.plist. Now if you go on your info.plist right here, you have like, info.plist basically located with all the settings, all the things that you need in your info dictionary right here. But any customizations that you make, what's going to happen is they're going to end up right here. Okay, so it's going to have like, its own copy, and then you're going to have one copy per target. Okay, they're going to be pretty much same, but again, those two exist. All right, with that, we've seen like, what does our current project as is out of the box contains. Let's go ahead and set a few things up first. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to get rid of the main.storyboard. So go ahead and click delete and just say move to trash. Okay, and now if you build, your project is going to build fine, but if you run, you're going to basically get an error. okay? And your app is gonna crash because basically what's going on is it's looking for the main dot storyboard. Okay, now main is located in, like, it's distributed in several different places, and as you can see, the app is crashing on this main because this main defines the entry point, but this is not where the storyboard is defined. Okay, so the easiest way I would say is go ahead and click Command Shift F and search for main, capital MAIN, and look for it. Okay, so what you can see is you're gonna find basically info.plist. There is a main. This is the name of the storyboard, and this is your local info.plist. Okay, that's where this main was found. So all we're gonna do is click on this minus. Okay, so that's one place it is gone. Now we know that info.plist has the main defined, so we gotta go up into the main info.plist, and then we're gonna look for the entry point, so main storyboard file name. Okay, and we're gonna click minus here as well. Okay, all right, so next thing, we are going to basically make sure that we don't have any reference of main on the general tab. Okay, sign in complication. Okay, yeah, so let's go ahead and search under build setting. Okay, so I'm going to search for main, and basically what we want to make sure is we don't have, let's select all instead of okay. All right, so we don't see any main reference here, so I think we should be good. So let's go ahead and run it one more time, and we're gonna see, like, if we get an error. Okay, so now we got another error, and main is still being looked for. Okay, so that means there are more references to main, and I'm gonna go ahead and click main and basically try to find. So there we have it. This one is not gone yet, so let's go ahead and remove that. And once we launch, what we should see is a blank screen. It's like, just a black dark screen. No view controller is being launched at this point. If you're thinking this view controller is being launched, let's go ahead and try it out by setting view.background color and set it to orange. So if we set our orange color background, even then our view controller is not showing up. The reason is Xcode does not know where is the entry point. Now it's easy to define the entry point, and we can do that by going into the scene delegate. Okay, and right here we're gonna basically initialize our view controller. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna basically, instead of ignoring this scene, window scene, we're gonna create it, we're gonna put it inside a variable. Okay, and then we want to initialize our window. Okay, so we're gonna say window, UI window, and UI window takes an overload that has an overload that takes a window scene as a parameter. So we're gonna say we want to pass the window scene that your app, your scene delegate, has received from the app delegate when creating this scene. Okay, so now window is created, and once the window is created, we can say window.root view is equal to the view controller, and we're going to simply initialize the view controller. Now there's one important aspect that we need to do here, and that is make key and visible. That means this window becomes the key window and it becomes visible basically, and this is where we are hosting our view controller. So with that change, let me go ahead and build and run, and now as you can see, our view controller with orange background is shown up. Okay, so this is how you can actually launch your view controller programmatically. Now one thing we can do is we are going to rename this guy. So let's go ahead and rename this, refactor, rename, and we are going to call this to-do list view controller. Okay, and now our to-do list view controller has been changed, and it's been changed everywhere. Okay, one more thing we want to do is we want to basically wrap this inside a navigation controller, so we can have, like, navigation controller, navigation bar, and everything. So we are simply going to take this view controller out from there, and we're going to create a UI navigation controller instance, passing the root view as our to-do list view controller. Okay, now with this change, if we launch, what we should see is basically a view controller. Well, navigation view controller is here, but it's just not showing up because it doesn't have a title. So let's go ahead and give it a title. Alright, so we're gonna basically give it a title, and there you have it. Your navigation controller is now showing up fine. And we can change this we can change it to UI color dot system background color. So we actually adapt to system background, whatever it is. Now if I change dark mode to light mode, you can see our text view actually adopts the change, and our background adopts that change, color change as well. Now, by the way, on the simulator, the keyboard shortcut for changing your appearance is Command Shift A. Okay, so I'm going to change it back to dark mode, and with this change, we are ready to move forward and create our view controllers and everything else that we need in order to create this app. Okay, so in the next video, we're gonna get started, but this sets you up basically for the next steps that we're gonna take. All right, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.